Listening Comprehension for Scientific English by Jonathan Upjohn. Unit 8. Modality. Ifremer and Polymetallic Nodules. Part 1. Keywords.
Beneath. To empty. To expect. Feasible. To handle. To lift. Likely. Offshore. Otherwise. To propel. Provided. Remote controlled. To scatter. Shortage. To solve. Suitable. Worthwhile.
New words.
To crush. Bubble.
Do you recognize these homographs?
Polymetallic nodules. Centrifugal. Nickel.
Unit 8. Ifremer and Polymetallic Nodules. The rate at which we are currently consuming minerals means that it is essential that we find new sources. Otherwise, the industrialized world will be faced with severe shortages in the very near future. As you probably know, Ifremer is the French National Marine Institute, with bases in Paris and the south of France. One of the things that they are particularly interested in is the exploration of the seabed, and at the moment they are building a semi-automated system for mining the polymetallic nodules scattered on the ocean bottom. These nodules are particularly numerous in the Pacific Ocean, offshore from New Caledonia. John Skelton tells us how the system works.
Well, what they're doing is that they're designing a robot, a conventional submarine robot, that is controlled from a ship to collect the nodules. They're going to run a pipe 5,000 metres long down to a platform located about 200 metres above the seabed. The vehicle will collect the nodules and lift them to the platform, and from there a pump fastened to the platform and connected to the pipe will push the nodules up to the ship. In fact, this is causing a bit of a problem at the moment.
A problem? You mean getting the nodules from the platform itself up to the ship? Well, how are they trying to get over it then?
Well, several different solutions are being considered. One of them consists in running air bubbles up a pipe. At the moment, the main problem is constructing a pump which is powerful enough. 80 bars of pressure are needed to get the nodules up the pipe to the surface. Ifremer estimates that these bubbles should provide enough lift to handle low-density mixtures of nodules and water. If, on the other hand, it's possible to partially crush the nodules first, so that they're in a semi-liquid state, then it might be feasible to use a centrifugal pump to generate the required pressure. Ifremer is also considering a standard piston pump, which could be used if acting on nodules which had been completely crushed. The choice of pump, in fact, depends on to what extent it's possible to crush the nodules at depth.
Could we come back to the vehicle itself? Could you give us a few more details about its design?
The current plan is for a remote-controlled submarine robot. The vehicle will be propelled by an electric motor and linked to the platform by a cable carrying electric power. It will make short journeys backwards and forwards from the seabed to the platform, picking up the nodules and emptying them onto the platform. The robot will cover a total area beneath the platform with a diameter of approximately 500 metres.
And what about the commercial side of things?
According to the present development schedule, the system is not expected to be ready for another 10 years, by which time Ifremer believes that ocean mining could be financially worthwhile. According to a spokesman, the investment in the development of the system is calculated at $770 million, and added to this would be operating costs at approximately $318 million a year.
People have been saying that there is a political dimension to the project. Would you agree with that?
Of course, profit's not the only reason for mining nodules. The programme fits into France's aim of strategic independence. At the moment, the chief sources of metals like nickel, cobalt and manganese are mines belonging to the former African colonies which have since acquired their independence. The French government assumes that because of growing competition, control of these resources will become increasingly difficult as time goes on. They're forecasting that by the year 2005, the supply of polymetallic nodules is highly likely to exceed half of France's nickel needs and all its cobalt and manganese. Provided they can solve the political issues, they're confident that seabed mining is not only feasible, but should also be profitable.
So what stage are they at now, then?
It's expected that the French government will give the go-ahead for a pilot plant to be set up early next year.
That was John Skelton. Thank you for coming to the studio.